My brothers beloved, today we pause and all of America pauses to celebrate the founding of the oldest African American fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I'm Skip Mason, General President, and on this day I join hundreds of thousands of brothers across the country to lift and celebrate the founding of our dear fraternity. Today we pause to honor our beloved seven jewels: Jewel Henry Arthur Callis, Jewel Charles Henry Chapman, Jewel Eugene Kinko Jones, Jewel George Biddle Kelly, Jewel Nathaniel Allison Murray, Jewel Robert Harold Ogle, and Jewel Vertner Woodson Tandy. These seven gallant students who found themselves on the very cold and isolated campus of Cornell, yet turned within to each other to create and organize this great fraternity. Our history has been written and told, and that eloquent story goes forward today as we look at 105 years of brotherhood, 105 years of developing leaders and providing advocacy to our communities, 105 years of manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind. This also marks the end of my midterm as your General President, and I'm very pleased to announce and to say to all of the brothers and our supporters and constituents that we are in very good shape. Recently, we chartered 2 international chapters in London, England, and in Johannesburg, South Africa. And in fact, members of the board will travel with me and brothers across the country as we formally charter the Johannesburg, South Africa chapter. And in August of 2011, hundreds of thousands of brothers will join me, Brother Harry E. Johnson Sr., the President and CEO of the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Foundation, our past General Presidents, and President and Mrs. Barack Obama, as we dedicate and turn over to the Department of Interior the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, a project which Alpha Phi Alpha gave birth to some 25 years ago. But before that, we will gather in the Windy City. And this time it'll be the Windy City with the chill from the Brothers of Alpha as we celebrate our General Convention with the theme, A Global Brotherhood, Gateway to the Dream. Those of you who are in New Orleans, remember the Daughters of Alpha. Well, the Sons of Alpha will be just as spectacular, featuring many of the noted sons of some of our noted brothers. And we invite you now to go to our website and to register during the early bird period, which ends December 31st, for the Chicago Convention. Over the last 2 years, I have traveled across the depth and breadth of this country, visiting your chapters, visiting your programs and events, and celebrating the true spirit of fraternity. I traveled to Troy, New York to stand and pay tribute to Jewel George Biddle Kelly. I traveled to Washington, D.C. to kneel down at the grave of Robert Harold Ogle. I went to Flushing, New York to stand and to salute Jewel Eugene Kinko Jones. I traveled to Los Angeles, California to touch the mausoleum and crypt of Jewel Nathaniel Allison Murray. And then I traveled down to Tallahassee, Florida to stand with the brothers there at the grave of Jewel Charles Henry Chapman. And each time I visited each Jewel's grave, I said thank you. And so, my dear brothers, on behalf of your board of directors, on behalf of the past general presidents, and all of the brothers across this country, I pause to wish you and the brothers of your chapter, your line brothers and your Sands, a glorious and blessed Founders Day. May you be renewed in the spirit of fraternity. May you be committed to doing the work of our dear fraternity. May you take that history book out and read chapters 1, 2, and 3. May you find some young boy, your son, your son's friend, one without a father or mentor, and take him to eat, to a game, to a museum, plant a seed, nurture him, help him as he grows and develops to become a future alpha man. These are the things that I ask you to do. Why? Because I want you to continue, as I do, to believe in the seven. Happy Founders Day to you, my brothers. May God bless you, and may the true spirit of the fraternity rule our hearts, guide our thoughts, and control our lives so that we may become, through thee, servants of all.